Hey guys, this is Jerriden WAY TGN.TV, bringing you another ops video, the third in the Explosive Conflict series. Here we're doing story mode. This is Colonel Vorgath, the minefield event. This is probably my favorite boss in the entire ops, just because it's just a little, it's fun. But as you may notice, we're standing in a big green box. Well, in this big green box, we are safe, relatively speaking, at least from the mines. See the bolts shooting down from us. There are turrets up above us. This is like dead man's land, and these turrets will shoot down at you periodically. You can't avoid it. I mean, you can mitigate the damage, but that's about it. Now, when you're standing in this little green box, you're safe. Around the green box, there's going to be red boxes when they show up. See, like that one right there. Now, you need 2 tanks for this, specifically just for the tower. When you first walk in, there's a tower up on your left-hand side, and from up there, the tank can find all the spots to all the green and red squares where the mines are active and inactive. Inactive mines are green, active mines are red. Don't cross the border into the red mines because it will one-shot you. Now, when you're down here, these 3 groups, 2 groups of ads will spawn. These 3 just standard troopers, easy to take down. Now there's another group of 2 Imperial assassins which explode when they contact the group. They explode and do a pretty nasty area effect. Those are 2 of them right there. So the range has to take care of them as soon as possible. Now when you're waiting for like in this position right here, see, we have 2 green and the 1 red. We need to kill that droid. Now, to get that droid to spawn, you have to trigger the spotter, and the other tank will activate the spotter, and it's this big beacon that will find the droid because he's stealthed. Now, this droid is a champion. He hits pretty hard and consistently, so you have to be careful. He also does a cleave. He has a channeled cleave, so it's cast, and it can be interrupted. Make sure to interrupt that because it will hit very hard. And periodically you're taking tons of raid damage, so please be aware of that. I recommend a Sage and a Commando for this, or 2 Sages if you have it available, which, that's the ideal thing. 2 Sages with double AoE heals is nasty. So now when you kill that droid, you see that little wrench above my head. When you kill the droid, the tank up in the tower deactivates a mine. It turns it yellow. Now, only the person with that wrench above their head can cross into the yellow because it still counts as active for everybody else. But if you have that wrench on your head, you have the deactivation kit or the bomb disposal kit, then you can go in there and deactivate that bomb and everybody can cross forward. You're basically, it's like Frogger Tetris kind of, you have to wait and then cross when it's safe. But this is really the hardest part in this entire boss fight, is dealing with this minefield, because it's not always going to be the same. The pattern's never going to be the same, so you have to really watch out for it, and you have to try and make a straight line as possible, and that's what we're trying to do right here. We'll drop this droid, make the next one in front of us yellow, go to the green one, and then another droid, and so on, because in that corner that you see on the top end of the screen, like almost directly above my name, is where the panel is to shut off the turrets, because those turrets hit very hard, and they'll progressively see that right there, it hits for about 4,000 damage, one of those guys. But here we're all stacking up once again. Last droid, we're going to trigger this point so we can get across there. But you deactivate the turrets so they stop shooting at you when you actually get to the boss, which Colonel Vorgath. I really can't remember his name. And his mechanics are relatively simple. He'll target a player with a red reticle underneath them, and you have to pay attention to the red reticle. You have to stay away from the group because it deals some pretty good damage. And then he'll also periodically he'll do a knockback, and then an emote will pop up and it'll say Colonel Vorgath has switched targets. At that point, either whoever's closer, one tank or the other, has to taunt him, because he will target a DPS or a healer, or whoever has the most threat after he does the knockback. And here you see I took out that panel, and there's the boss fight. He's got 2 strongs with him. They're easy to take out. A sentinel or a gunslinger or whatever can drop them very quickly, so just pick up the aggro on the colonel as fast as possible, so you can just hold them there. Now periodically, see, here's the knockback, but periodically you'll have also the tank comes down from the tower and runs up here. See, he switches targets, he switched, you have to taunt him back. But behind him, up on those walls right there, there's going to be 2 turrets that spawn in, or 2 turrets on each side that spawn in. DPS just have to kill them pretty quickly. They go down easy. I think they're strongs, so you don't have to really worry about them too much. They don't deal too much damage. I think at this point we lost the other tank. So, I mean, you can one-tank this, if you lose the other tank as he's crossing. I believe he actually stepped on a mine back there, so that's why we lost him. But this encounter is actually fairly simple if you get lucky on the minefield, because you have to be quick. The enrage timer is kind of a pain. And see, like I said before, the red reticle, just stay out of the group and you're good. And they're taking care of the turrets back over there. Everything's working pretty seamlessly. Those are the big things. I think he has the stun, he has a knockback. The red reticle is the switching targets. But other than that, the boss is fairly simple. Like, there's not really much to do. And I think right here I wasn't paying attention, so he targeted our healer for a little bit, but I got him back. So yeah, the next video that's up is, in my opinion, the most difficult fight in this operation. It's going to be Warlord Kephess. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying these PvE contents. I know I'm enjoying doing them, so this is a lot of fun for me to finally do something besides PvP. I know that game can get boring with only 4 war zones being available. So I want to thank you guys again for watching the videos and subscribing to TGN, leaving comments. I appreciate the feedback very much. Also, I want to give a shout out to a fella. The other day I logged on to do some PvP, and this guy just came out of nowhere and he was like, "Hey, are you Jerriden from TGN?" Like, just randomly sent me a message. His name's Blue. He's a Chiss scoundrel. And we just talked for a little bit, and it was really nice to have somebody like say that to me. I didn't think there would be any kind of recognition from this, especially on my server. It's not that populated, but surprisingly, somebody did. Somebody said that, hello, and they recognized me and all that stuff. So I appreciate that. Either way, coming up close to the end of the video, we got about a minute left, and just want to let you guys know I am working on a hard mode EC right now. I'm working on getting hard mode Toth and Zorn and Firebrand up, just because that's all we've cleared up to as of yet. We still haven't gotten to the minefield because we're just lazy. We don't have set raid nights or ops nights. We just do it whenever we can. And this is an amalgam group. We have some guys from Fate of Honor, some guys from Knights of Iron, and myself and my healer friend are from Church of Alvis, but not sure how much longer we're going to be a part of that group. They're not doing a lot of content. Also, if anybody, like, I want to hear people ranting about how active or inactive their raid groups are, because like I have a problem with people trying to be elitists when they suck. So I want to know if anybody else has that problem, and if you do, share it with me. I want to know if anybody else is having this similar situation with their groups. Anywho, I'm running out of time, so I will talk to you guys later. I will see you guys online, and stay classy, internet.